If we can approach the world with that perspective, that I am a man or woman of this world and I have to solve interesting problems and relate with the world with confidence, you will see you will be able to both serve Japan as well as the world. So that's my answer to that question. Now, I have the privilege to summarize. Obviously, I have learned a lot, and I think I picked up 5 fundamental messages, which I think I'd like to summarize, and it would be extendable. I always start with 5 or 3 that pushes me to think. The first message which came through all across, from the first opening of Gallagher to the last statement that we have heard, that the world is in the middle of a major, major discontinuity. Whether we are talking about philosophy, like capitalism, whether we are talking about energy, whether we are talking about Japanese students or students in general, that we have to relate with the world differently. And if any one of us make the mistake of taking what we have learned in the past into the future, we do disservice to society, we do disservice to civilization, and the civilization could very well come to a halt. So I think that's one message I picked up, that we have to connect with the world with courage, with a different perspective, so that indeed we could create the next S-curve. The second point comes with that. Any change is tough. Each one of us, whether we are representing a company like Hitachi, or GE, or Fletcher School, or a government, we have to make tough choices. Whether, I think Bruce laid out the choices between different energy alternatives. These choices are tough. Then Professor Mumo would look at energy differently than what Professor Everett would look at. We have heard those debates, and which is good. We want debates, but we want to make the right choices, so that what may work in the United States may not work in Rwanda, but what we do at Fletcher is to help societies make those tough choices, and I think that's very, very important, including the point made earlier in terms of equality versus bureaucracy. You cannot force equality, it is a human conscience. And I think the best period of the United States, which I call the best period, is the most socialistic period of the United States, which people don't understand. What, you look at the US as a socialistic country? But I do actually. If you go back to the Andrew Carnegie period, Thomas Edison period, all these guys were from the base of the pyramid. Thomas Edison didn't go to college, nor did Andrew Carnegie. And what was possible in this country, what Bruce was talking about, the spirit of the free enterprise at the base of the pyramid, which could rise to the top. And we've seen that with Stephen Jobs, and we have seen that with Mark Zuckerberg. And what we learned from that, of those observations, if that environment is right, if we are socialistic, I don't make a difference between a rich man and a poor man. I don't make a difference between so what is the look and feel of that individual. But I totally value what he or she has to bring to play. I think we will see the new world emerging. So that's my second point on the tough choices. The third point which I'd like to make is that, it's a great times, particularly I envy all the young people in this room who are below 20 or plus, above 20. Most of you are below 20, I'm assuming. But anywhere between 20s and 40s, it's in spirit. I always focus on the spirit of the individual, so that you can really run fast. I think the world is full of opportunity. It's not only energy. In each and every field, we have heard about education earlier, we heard about energy, we heard about ecology, we heard about economic system. You pick up any E's, all the E's of the world has to change. And that's where I think there's a tremendous opportunity to create a new world. So I take that as the third message. The fourth message is very interesting to me. Wherever I go, people always ask me, Arthur, what do you think of what's going on in Wall Street right now? At the same time, people in Russia, I have a lot of Russian friends, they often now are looking at the good days when it was USSR. Things were more stable, they had the jobs, they went to school, they didn't have to worry about too much. It was a very peaceful life. And now they're struggling. Some people are becoming super rich and others are struggling to survive. And at the same time, what we have seen the big change in China, and there the Hu Jintao is talking about how to make the visible hand work with the invisible hand. So that's where I think the point that Bruce, I want to support Bruce's point, though I may sound socialistic, is that the free enterprise works, mark the word carefully, the invisible hand works, but the visible hand is also working with the invisible hand. But we have to learn, and the way it will work in China will be different from this country. It's very culture specific, and we have to learn how to design those systems, whether it's Rwanda, whether it's Norway, or whether it's Japan, or United States, how to bring the private-public partnership at work. And why I'm talking about, if you go back to the presentation I was trying to make, that some systems have become huge. It is beyond an individual endeavor to change the global economic system, or financial system, or logistic systems, or systems against terrorism. And for that, there is clearly the role of the institution, which has to take advantage of people like Steve Jobs, or people of the free enterprise. So that's a new area we have to learn, and obviously we have proved to the world over the last 10,000 years, we as human beings have that ability to learn, and we could create a new next era. And the final point that I would like to make, particularly the younger folks, but Bruce and I feel we are also young. Mike, safe to make that assumption. Okay, we are all young here. You know, I would like to quote Eleanor Roosevelt. And I don't know how many of you read about her. In one of the United Nations speech, she made a beautiful statement: future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So keep your dreams alive. It's a very good time to think of the new dream. It's a very good time to think of the New Deal, which was FDR, by the way. And it's a very good time to make the possibilities that you see in front become real. With that, I'd like to thank the speakers, thank the audience. I think it was beautiful, and I think it is a very good second roundtable, and I hope you'll give birth to the third roundtable, particularly the Japanese student. Be expressive. Let the third roundtable work begin right now. And tomorrow I'd like to see all of you at 2 o'clock at the Boston Play meeting. Thank you very much.